Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mark, for this wonderful introduction. It's my first time for the Global Skin Conference, and it's an absolute honor to be able to talk to you. Also, because if the doctors had been right, I wouldn't be standing here today. Luckily, they were wrong. So let me take you back to the summer of 1989. It's the last day of school, right before summer break. Everybody is in shorts and t-shirts. The sun is shining, 25 degrees, and everybody's already dreaming about the beach. But not for me. I'm standing there in my turtleneck sweater. I'm 30 years old, and I'm sweating like crazy. Me in shorts, or even a bikini? No way. Even my swimsuit has a turtleneck. It's custom made, just for me. And then the others whispering and laughing when I walk past, that's the sound of my life every day. I wish they would stop. I desperately wish I wouldn't be different, but simply normal. That's how I felt for so long, almost my whole life, until I became 30. And then something changed. And what it was that changed and how it was possible that it could change, I'll tell you. Because I've learned something that not only helped me to feel normal, but that helped me to feel free and unstoppable. And I would like to share this with you. So the first big step into this new freedom I took when I was 30. So what happened at 30? I'm standing at the subway station Ritterstraße. This is in Hamburg, Germany, my hometown. It's summer again, and I'm wearing my turtleneck again. And then I think, I don't want to hide my body anymore. I don't want to hide me anymore. I finally want to be free. And I decide, here and now, to take off my turtleneck, whatever it takes. I'm insanely nervous. And I'm afraid of the reactions of the people, the stares, the whispers. But at the same time, I also feel this tingling sensation, this sense of hope. What if I don't have to hide anymore? What if I finally can be just the way I am? The train arrives, and I take off my turtleneck. But I'm not just taking off my turtleneck. I'm freeing myself from 30 years of hiding. And I'm freeing myself from 30 years of shame. And for the first time, I'm showing what's a part of me and what makes me unique. My birthmarks. This is how my parents and the doctors saw me right after birth. Imagine a baby, this small, and covered all over with big brown spots. Instead of placing me into my parents' arms, the doctors whisked me away immediately to understand what was wrong with me. For them, I was a medical phenomenon. But my parents, they felt completely left alone, with all the fears and all their worries. Their hope lay with a head doctor, the man who was supposed to give them answers. But they had to wait another 24 hours until he finally came. And then the head doctor comes, and with him his entire entourage of students, assistant doctors, and whoever else was interested. The room fills up, everybody was looking at me, and my parents were looking at the doctor. And then the words who would define my life from then on. Mr. and Mrs. Schwerin, we are very sorry. Don't get attached to your daughter. She won't get any older than 2. The doctors are sure that I would die of skin cancer within a few years. How wrong they were. Because today I'm standing here, and I'm not just standing here, I'm standing on a stage as a speaker and as a musician. And I've learned that it's not how we look like that makes us a champion. It's how we feel about ourselves. And you can learn that, and we can start today. Today I know one thing for sure, and this is self-confidence doesn't happen overnight, but it definitely starts with a decision. I'm not hiding anymore. This is me, and that's good. So, and I've learned so much on my journey from hiding to shining, and I would love to share this with you. Because on this journey, I've collected powerful tools and insights that help me to move from shame to pride and from doubt to confidence. And I would love to share with you a guide that I created out of all my insights I had. And it's a guide I call my Empower Me guide, because it helped me to feel really who I really am. And it's a guide that shows that the most important thing and the key to our confidence, to our self-confidence, lays in the way we see ourselves. And that our beliefs are not fixed, we can change them. And I would like to share this with you. And I would like to share the 3 most important points out of this Empower Me guide. But before I do so, and before I really dive into it deeply, let me start with something we all know. So, who of you is using social media? Hands up. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatsoever. So I see a lot of hands. And I'm always thinking of the boys and girls who are scrolling and trying to fit into standards that are not even human-made, with all the beauty filters, the perfect lives, perfect skins. And we're scrolling, and in the end, we're starting to believe that we will be never ever as beautiful as them, that we will never have a perfect life as them, and that we will never have, or that we will never be as loved as them. The thing is, and listen closely because this can change everything. We can't keep chasing external validation forever. But let me ask you one question. Has chasing approval ever made you truly happy, deep down, fulfilled and at peace? No, probably not. The truth is, it doesn't matter how perfect or imperfect your skin, your figure, your weight, or whatsoever is. If you're not feeling it deep inside yourself, then no compliment in the world will help you to change that. Even if the whole world tells you how amazing you are, you will always hear this little voice inside your head telling you what's wrong with you, until you really believe it deep inside yourself. I'm enough. I'm worthy. And I'm exactly the way how I need to be. I remember how much I suffered from the whispers and the stares, especially as a teenager, because I already knew what they were saying, even if I couldn't hear them. Look at her. What does she look like? That one is ugly. Until one day, something clicked. Because I realized that all these judgments didn't come from other people first. It started in my head first. And when I when I realized that, that was one of the biggest game changer in my life. You know, how am I supposed to know what people are thinking? I'm not bright-sighted. Maybe they are thinking, wow, cool tattoo. Or maybe they're thinking, oh, I forgot to get groceries for dinner. How am I supposed to know? I don't. And when I had this, you know, that changed really everything in my life. You see, it's human nature. We have to look, and we have to look closely when something catches our attention. This is an ancient instinct, a subconscious survival mode, helping us to understand what we see and to decide within milliseconds if we are in danger and if we need to flee. And after all those thousands of years, this is still active in us. So we have to take a closer look when we see something extraordinary. And well, that you can tell, I'm everything but ordinary. But here's a powerful insight. It doesn't matter what the others think of you. What truly matters is what you think about yourself. You can't change the others. And we all know that there are jerks outside. You know, there are people that are not so nice. You can't change them. But you can change how you feel about their actions. Do you believe them or not? And this is the first point in my Empower Me guide. Stop chasing external approval. Because you have the power to decide your worth yourself. It's called self-worth. And your self-worth isn't determined by others. It's called self-worth, not the other's worth. So, are you ready to live your true story? And who do you choose to be? What do you choose to believe about yourself? Are you ready to become the champion of your own story? Talking about what we think about ourselves. Have you ever wondered where your doubts and insecurities come from? The beliefs that tell you what's wrong with you, or I'm not good enough? And they're formed very early in our lives. And to help you understand it a bit better, let me share a quick story. You know, after this fantastic diagnosis, and with my parents still under shock, they tried everything to protect me. From the sun, but also from the stares and the whispers of the others. So they made me wear turtlenecks and leggings to hide my birthmarks. And the doctors urged them to remove every birthmark that looked somehow suspicious. It's been more than 60 operations. And what I know now, today, is that none of them were necessary, because the assumed risk of skin cancer coming together with CMN, with congenital melanocytic nevi, with the skin condition I have, has had nothing to do with the reality that we know from today. But what I didn't know back then was that all this didn't just left scars on my skin. It also engraved a deep belief in me. I'm not okay the way I am. Every surgery and every well-meant hiding told me one clear message. The birthmarks are not okay. I am not okay. From psychology, we know that the first 3 to 6 years in our lives and how we are raised during this time are essential, because this is a time when it's shaped how we see the world, but most importantly, how we see ourselves, even as an adult. And 30 years later, you're standing there with your, I'm not good enough, oh, I can't do this, I'm too fat, too skinny, too tall, too small, and I'm ugly with my birthmarks. And what I find totally wild is how deeply wired this is. And this is something I just learned recently, a few years ago. I visited my parents in Rostock, that's near the Baltic Sea, and it was a beautiful spring morning. The sun was shining through the kitchen window, the birds were singing, and it was smelling deliciously for freshly ground coffee. And after breakfast, I'm sitting together with my mom, and we're talking about this and that. And then I asked her, Mom, were all these operations really necessary? And then she said something to me what I'd totally forgotten. Don't you remember? You were about 16 or 17. You came to us and asked us which birthmark we could remove next. I said, what? I wanted to cut out birthmarks myself? I even couldn't remember. It's so wild how deeply wired our old beliefs are. We think we decide for ourselves. We think we are in control. But how often are we just repeating old patterns? So I would like to invite you to take a look inside yourself. What kind of fear or doubt you may have inherited out of a time when you were not even able to speak, from your parents trying to protect you, or trying to comply to social standards, or from neighbors who took a look at you or took a look at your child and saying, wow, this child will have a tough life. And I know we all know those kind of neighbors. But who here is in this room because they want to support someone they love? Raise your hand. Yeah. A child, a partner, someone with the same skin condition. And I see a lot of hands. And I would like you to give yourself a big applause because this is so important. The work you're doing is so important. And let me share one of the most powerful sentences I came across on my journey. And this is, how you feel about it, your child will feel about it. Say it to you again and let it land. How you feel about it, your child will feel about it. It's not about being perfect. It's about becoming aware. And if you're starting to rewrite your old beliefs, you don't just change your life, you change theirs too. And the fantastic thing is that we can literally rewrite our brains. So our old beliefs are not fixed, they're flexible. This is what neuroscience shows us today. Your past does not define your future, but your mindset does. And to give you an idea of the potential you carry inside yourself, I would like to do a quick quiz. So, what do you think? How much of your thinking is conscious? And how much of your thinking is unconscious? Throw out some numbers. What do I hear? 30%. Anything else? 50-50. Anything else? 70. Okay, thank you so much. Neuroscience estimates the ratio between conscious thinking and unconscious thinking is about 1 to 440,000. 1 to 440,000. Let me give you a picture. Imagine I'm holding a cherry here in my hand. Red, round, delicious. This is your conscious mind. And now think of the planet Earth we are standing on. Our blue planet. This is your unconscious mind. 1 to 440,000. That's 440,000 chances of becoming aware of your old beliefs and unfold your full potential. And to take an even deeper step into it, I would love to do a little exercise with you. And for this, I would just, sit comfortably and place your hands on your knees. Relax. Then take a deep breath and close your eyes. And now think of one old belief you carry about yourself that holds you back. Maybe it's, I'm not good enough. Maybe it's I don't deserve success. Maybe it's, I don't deserve to be loved. Think about one old belief you carry about yourself that holds you back. And now, let me ask you one powerful question. What would your life look like if you no longer believed that? What if you replaced this old belief by a new one, an empowering one? One that says, I'm enough, I'm worthy, and I'm exactly how I need to be. Do you feel it? How does it feel? Feels good, isn't it? And this is the power of rewriting our old beliefs. Thank you so much. You can come back again and open your eyes again. Come on, join me. And this is the second point in my Empower Me guide. Becoming aware of your old beliefs is the first step of rewriting them. And it's the first step to unfold your full potential. So are you ready to rewrite your story? Are you ready to let go of the old and embrace your champion mindset? Yes. Woo! Fantastic. I'm also, like Mark said it before, I'm also a singer-songwriter, and I wrote a song called Mutausbruch, Outbreak of Courage. And in this song it goes, and I've translated it for you so you understand it. I'm like a Ferrari stuck in liquid cement, slowed down, inhibited. I'd love to be free from whatever they say, but I don't think use the whole song now, because you can have it on CD. I'm just kidding. When I wrote this song, I remembered how I felt back then. And I felt exactly like this Ferrari in liquid cement. I was hiding my birthmarks, and I was making myself small so I wouldn't stand out. And the whole time, I was running through life with this subconsciously feeling of fundamentally being wrong. And the truth is, if you've tuned your inner radio to negativity the whole time, like, I'm not good enough, I'm ugly, I'm whatsoever, you're running through your life the whole time like this. And with that, a posture where you can blow out your full potential into the world and say, hello world, here I am and I have something to give? No. So stop it. No more hiding. You are perfect just the way you are. And for me it was a moment at the subway station Ritterstraße when I took my first step into my new life. There was a moment when my courage finally became stronger than my fear. And I had my first Mutausbruch moment, outbreak of courage. And to make you feel a bit what it can feel like, I would like to do one last little exercise with you. And for this exercise, I would like to ask you to stand up. Okay. And so place your hand on your heart, close your eyes, and now thinking of, imagine you're standing in a room filled with people. And with very important people, like the most important customer you would like to win, or your dream man or woman. And picture yourself clearly inside this room, completely confident, knowing your worth, knowing your power. And what would be the one thing you would say or do in that moment? Picture yourself clearly and take a few seconds. What would you say or do in this moment? And this would be your Mutausbruch moment. So thank you so much. And now I would like you to turn around to your neighbor and give them a high five and celebrate your Mutausbruch moment. Thank you so much. This is the most important takeout from my keynote today and the third point of my Empower Me guide. Your courage is everything because it transforms shame into pride, fear into power, and hiding into visibility. So it's time to embrace who you truly are. And we started yesterday, and over the next 2 days, you will meet extraordinary people, and you will hear powerful stories and learn strategies that will change your life. But do me a favor, don't just listen. Decide here and now that these days will be your changing point. Because a champion isn't someone who never falls. A champion rises again and again, despite fears, despite setbacks, and despite scars. And a champion is exactly someone like you. So I invite you today, tomorrow, and always, be unique, be extraordinary, be unstoppable, be you, and become the champion who were always meant to be. Thank you.